Midnight's 8 new dungeons. We got an all-new dungeons preview video here from the World of Warcraft channel. Let's check out some of the new dungeons we're going to be running, maybe see some of the new mechanics and stuff. It's supposed to be kind of a spoiler-free version of looking at the new dungeons, so let's just check this one out.
Grab your staff.
Your sword.
And your shield.
And my axe.
Your axe? As in, like, take it from you?
No, because, you know the thing with the... Okay?
And dive into the new dungeons in Midnight to uncover ancient stories, familial tragedies, plot twists, and generally loot.
Like a lot of loot.
Yeah, we're in for that loot.
But no trinkets.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
They don't exist.
I'm glad Blizzard kind of added in like the whole complete a dungeon, you know, with some NPCs the first time around just to go through it when you're doing quests, because it's like the only time that I actually pay attention to the story that's occurring in the dungeon. Other than that, we all know we're just speed running through that shit. We never pay attention to the voice lines and everything going off unless it means like a certain ability is about to hit from a boss. So we get no story content out of dungeons. But the new way Blizzard did it in the War Within, and they'll continue to do it at Midnight, is you run through the dungeon at like a quest with a bunch of NPCs, and you get to actually hear and know the story of the dungeon.
So let us tell you about the new dungeons coming with the Midnight expansion.
Ooh, Windrunner Spire, yeah.
Starting off with maybe one of the most obvious ones, Windrunner Spire is one of those dungeons where we really want to tell you what's up, but we really can't with the risk of spoiling the fun. By being aptly named, it is the home of the Windrunner family, and by extension, the Windrunner sisters, Illyria, Sylvanas, and Verisa. In this dungeon, you will be met with a very special elf that will walk you through their backstory and fill in the gaps of their relationship, potentially playing a big role into the characters of the 3 famous elf ladies.
Yeah, I'm interested to see more of the Windrunner sister stuff. I mean, I am getting a little bit, tapped out on this whole, like, Sylvanas and her sisters, though. Like, they've been at the forefront for quite a while. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of Verisa. We haven't got as much of her. But, yeah, Windrunner story continues with the Windrunner Spire.
The environment is really cool and
the
very
aesthetic looks
reminiscent
nice.
of the old Ghostland zones, of course, upscaled and modernized with appropriate enemies for the time setting of the story. Venture through the spire and encounter a very unique set of bosses and enemies along the way with some of the most interactive mechanics to solve. And, of course...
See, this is why I'm most excited about the post-add-ons life in WoW. I think we're going to get a lot of really cool and unique boss mechanics. Now, this one, I mean, we've seen mechanics like this before, but it looks like, you know, a wave's coming. You got to use the arrows to pop over the wave. That's what's happening here. But this is the kind of stuff that I want to see. More creative shit, because really what World of Warcraft had become because of add-ons is World of dodge the swirlies or soak the soaks craft. That's it. Dodge the swirly boys and soak the soaks. It's like every boss fight, and it's because that's like the one that the add-ons can't really just constantly tell you what exactly to do. So getting new mechanics, that's going to be a big thing in Midnight.
To solve, and of course, as always, loot to acquire.
Yes, the Magister's Terrace revisited.
Oh, relax. It was merely a setback. But not this time. Yes, this is the return to this dungeon, but I have to say, it is almost unrecognizable. And hey, listen, I won't spoil it to you, but this is where I imagine I would be.
This looks freaking amazing. Look at the library. This looks so nice.
Whenever I was dreaming of getting that wizardry letter to invite me to a super secret school of witchcraft and wizardry. The Terrace is under Blood Elf control, thank you very much, but something is happening here, something that we need to continue our journey in stopping Xal'atath's plans, and we have to break in at the expense of the station Blood Elf guards. This will be your first real taste at what it will take for us to be able to save Silvermoon from the enemies we will eventually have to face.
Nice.
Journey from the libraries of the Terrace, all...
Wow, these look really nice. Look at the roof in here. All the new shit for Silvermoon, it looks great.
From the libraries of the Terrace all the way up to its roof.
Roof?
Yeah, roof.
Is that what they call it?
Okay, it's a magical roof. Now, leave me alone. Where was I? Oh yeah, all the way up to the magical roof to stop the dreadful Dominar.
Nice. Murderer's Row.
It's not all fun and games and magical tomes from where arcane barriers come.
I do wonder, though, if we're going to get a little bit tired of the Silver Moon aesthetic, because we're going to be in the hub city there, and we already see you got the Windrunner Spire is a little bit, it looks like a darker play on the Silver Moon aesthetic, but then you have Magister's Terrace and Murder's Row, which are technically happening in Silver Moon, too. Like, the aesthetic is very much the same, so are we just going to get, like, a Blood Elf overload? Maybe.
Next, we need to be dirtier, sneakier.
It's still better than what we got in like the War Within, which was very dwarfy overload, like a lot of square shit, especially early in the expansion.
Down in the darkest alleys of Silver Moon, which, if you think about it, with it being Silver Moon at all, not that dark. Maybe a bit pleasant, actually. I may have lived in Undermine for way too long. But Murder Row, the most ominous part of Silver Moon, is now a cool dungeon where a faction of Blood Elves are still trying to play with Fel and demons, and we all know how that went last time. Not under our watch. Can't have demons raining on our doorstep with all these purple-blue enemies roaming around as well. So onwards we go to stop the devious Fel plans from happening, with demon hunters being happy once again that they get to wet their blades with demon blood.
Not advisable for drinking, though. May turn skin green.
Coerce guards, teleport across platforms, stop chaotic rituals, and keep the peace in Silver Moon because we just got it, man. It's all built and nice and shiny. Why they gotta bring these noisy demons?
This dungeon definitely gives you Burning Crusade vibes with all the Legion shit going on and the Blood Elf aesthetic. This totally looks like something you did in Burning Crusade. What's up, Oni? Sam always hyping something irrelevant. The new dungeons, what are we talking about?
We have a realm to destroy.
M. Chirby, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. Look, yeah, some of you guys maybe already watched the video, but the thing is, people watch the Samiccus version because they want to hear what does the great Samiccus have to say about this. That's what we're doing. Den of Nalorakk.
The theme? Shamans.
And druids.
But mostly shamans.
That's in the next dungeon.
Shut up. In any case, the Amani are making a comeback and healing old wounds.
Nice.
One such wound is with the Loa of War, and to garner his strength...
I love the Amani troll aesthetic too. Man, like aesthetically, this expansion is me. I totally dig it. Now, the only thing I like more than Blood Elves and like Amani trolls and that kind of look maybe is like, I just love the human look, I'll be honest. I'm very plain and bland. I love that Stormwind look. But this kind of stuff, this looks great. I'm very excited to do more Amani troll shit.
We need to pass his trials as we venture into... You'll see how the seasons are shifting and winter is coming, or at least that's the theme of the first part of this dungeon. A really cool take on how nature shifts and stirs and attempts to stop us from pushing through the blizzard.
Like the ones who are making the game?
The actual blizzard, man. Pay attention. Will we pass the trials? Can we help restore Amani's strength and garner new allies in our fight against Xalatat? You'll need to do the dungeon to find out.
Playable Amanis, I want to know, do you guys think it's going to happen? Do you guys think playable Amanis will happen in the Midnight expansion? Because I still do. I still have faith that at some point the storyline's going to play out in a way where we get playable Amanis. Now, could they also do it the way they did the Haranir? Where like, yeah, you're going to get them, but you're not going to get them till like the next expansion, like the first patch of the next expansion, maybe. But I don't think there's any way that we go through this entire expansion and the Amani are never playable.
Are we allowed to be biased? Yeah? Cool. The best dungeon ever made is coming in an expansion near you. Dive deeper into the Amani culture, their shamanism, their warlockism, and save the Witherbark trolls from the Vile branch, cause you don't want the Vile ones to wither the other ones. This dungeon is an absolute beauty and marvel at how much the troll culture has seeped into the zone. And hey, did you know you'll be fighting a Beast Mastery Hunter boss?
Wait a minute. Isn't it a Survival Hunter boss?
It's a Survival Mastery Hunter boss, where you can see firsthand why it's not safe to make your own pet tank a bunch of adventurers looking for loot. Oh, and saving the innocent, that too. The trek from the outside part of the dungeon to the spooky basement where all the necromantic cooking is happening will take you for a ride, so don't miss out on this one, folks.
Bwansamdi, maybe? We see Bwansamdi in here? They said it's spoiler free, so even if we were going to They wouldn't say it in this video, but just this whole look
Romantic cookie.
of this necromantic basement here. All that back this totally gives you Bwansamdi vibes, right? Oh yeah, definitely. We'll see. I think he's got to make a comeback, right, in this expansion at some point.
We'll take you for a ride, so don't miss
The
out
other
on this
side
one,
rehashed. Yeah, man. Blinding
So,
Vale.
with all this void going around, the
Thank
light
you,
is
Oni.
clearly the better end of the deal, right? Right? Well, not always, because if you let it run amok, it might cause problems like plants overtaking everything, T-Rexes, Dinosauruses, plant dinos
wow.
chasing you like in those movies you saw as a kid. This dungeon has everything. No,
Planty
really,
boys.
a council boss.
So I know
where you
some
fight
of I know some of the lore behind this already. Is that like that they use the light to super heal the dead scar, right? The dead scar has always been there, thought unhealable, and then all of a sudden they figure out a way to like heal it with the super light. The problem is it also soaks in like nearby nature and like just freaking puts it into like a fever, like a light fever, where it just wants to blast anything that's not light infused. And that's, I believe, what the story is behind this dungeon is we're dealing with like this forest that's become gone completely light crazy or light blind, right? That light blind thing is coming into effect here too.
3 enemies at a time, the affirmation Dino Plant, of
course you know the
twist
lore,
that
or
will
did you
not
know?
be disclosed, and finally a big light corrupted tree. Because if we learn anything so far, kids, is that you need to take things in moderation, even the light. Take a break from all the blue and purple of the void and cleanse your eyes with some warm colors and see
yellow.
what the Horror have to contend with if we will not help their cause.
Void Scar Arena.
Delving into dungeons is not all fun and games, you know, unless you are Void Scar Arena owner Karanos. Charanos? Because, what, the Void cannot have fighting pits? And fighting in the pits you will for the first part of the dungeon as we try to make our way and stop this insidious Dominar and his choice of entertainment. We have every type
I
of...
wonder if the start of this dungeon is like the start of the Maldraxxus one. What's that one called? You know, where you start in the arena and then you drop down and continue through the dungeon, but like the first couple pulls and the first boss fight all happen in a single spot in the arena to start it. I forget what the hell it's called, but I know it's the Maldraxxus one.
enemy here.
Someone
Sethrak,
will remind me.
Check,
Tuskar,
check, check, check.
Ogres?
Oh, you know we got them all, brother.
It was in
Have a
Shadowlands.
little fun. Stop worrying about plot twists, histories,
This guy
and
looks
deeper
badass.
meaning.
Every time I see this boss, I say this. He reminds me, I said, of that Godzilla from that 90s Godzilla movie. That's what he looks like. We need a mount like this. This needs to be mountable. This is a badass looking boss. Oh my god. Yeah, Theater of Pain. That's right. That's what the dungeon was called.
Stop worrying about plot twists, histories, and deeper meaning. Sometimes we just gotta take the fight
need
to
that
the
as a
enemy,
mount.
and that's what we are going to be doing in Void Scar Arena.
Nexus
It's tough
Point
fighting an
Xenos.
almost all god level threat and trying to outsmart her at every step. Sometimes that doesn't go as planned, right? In Nexus Point, we wrestle with loyalties and fend off the Void and the Shadow Guard at the same
Wait a minute. Who are they fighting there? Was that Lothraxian? Lingering Image. Oh, okay. I thought Lothraxian had turned or something. Obviously, Lothraxian, man, he's going to play some sort of role going forward. He's in that new image that Blizzard released yesterday with the pre-patch, or 2 days ago with the pre-patch.
point. We wrestle with loyalties and fend off the Void and the Shadow Guard at the same time. Magical technology and void powers seem to go pretty well together, and definitely not in our favor. Can you reason with the Void? How about its corruption? What will this war take to win or claim as a sacrifice? The stories in Midnight hit a climax with the new approach to dungeons.
And you will definitely want to be there for when the plot thickens.
Nice, yeah. I'm excited mainly for like new mechanics. Like I said, post add-on World of Warcraft, I think we're gonna get a lot of new mechanics in these dungeons and raids and everything, and I think that'll be cool for sure. Nice video from the WoW team and Marcellian.